Testing, testing. All right. Hey, we're live here at Wapsie Valley Field. Welcome everyone to our live stream. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties. We are just able to get this live stream going. So if you see me cutting in and out or if it goes offline, just be assured that I am trying my best to get everything back up and going for you. But hey, it's game 21 of the Warrior 2024 season, and tonight is a matchup between the East Buchanan Buccaneers from the Tri-River 30-26 game. That's right, a 30-26. That wasn't football. That's a baseball score that happened back in 2017, a game that Wapsie did win in Winthrop. I talked to Coach Jakin about that, and he said the wind was blowing straight out at 30 miles an hour. And he said Colin Schrader got a hold of one home run that hit a house. That's how hard the wind was blowing. Any rate, East Buchanan, they average about 5.6 runs per game while allowing just 3.8. As a team, they have just a 227 batting average, but they have a team ERA of just 2.48. So it's obviously they rely on pitching to win their games. Their top offensive players is Keenan Pauls. He's a freshman. He's got a 326 batting average, a 442 on base with 14 hits. All three leads the team. Brady Hogan, he's a freshman. He's got a 273 batting average, 411 on base percentage. He's got 8 RBIs, which is tied for the team lead as well. Brady Van Scoy, he is their catcher. He's also another freshman, batting 279. He's got a 304 on base percentage, and he's got 12 hits on the season. Will Hansen is going to be the pitcher for the Buccaneers tonight. The numbers on him, he's 4-1 on the season. He's allowed 15 hits in 27 innings pitched. He's allowed just 9 runs, 6 of them earned. He's walked 18, though, and he's hit 9 batters, so he can be a little wild. He does have 41 strikeouts, and his earned run average is just 1.54. He did pitch Monday night at Maquoketa Valley. He pitched 4 innings, only gave up 1 hit and 1 run, but he also walked 4 and hit 4. So, again, he can be wild. He did strike out 6 in that game. Wapsie, and by the way, their coaches is Tom Crawford. Did you ever find out who the assistant was?
Mark Crawford, Darren Cornell, and Jake Van Scoy.
Jake Van Scoy is an assistant. What's the other one?
Mark Crawford.
Mark Crawford is another assistant. I got Crawford. Wapsie, they are coming into this game 18-6, and they're 6-3 in conference. They're coming off an exciting 12-3 win over Jessup last night here at Wapsie Valley Field. A game where Wapsie actually trailed early in that one, but they had a huge 6-run 4th inning, and then they never looked back. Jake Shore was the star of the game last night. He went 3 for 4 with a towering 2-run home run in the first inning. So Wapsie's offense is now up to 6.7 runs per game, while they only give up 4 runs per game. Our top offensive players, you guys, those of you that are used to this live stream, I'm going to say the same guys. Briar Bellis, freshman, leadoff hitter, 329 batting average, 462 on base. He is 3rd in the state in Class 1A with 30 runs. He's also 3rd with 22 singles. Caden Dana, the number 2 hitter, 354 batting average, 567 on base percentage, which leads the team. He's got 32 runs now, which is 2nd in Class 1A. And he's got 27 walks, which is 1st in Class 1A. Jake Shore, we talk a lot about him. He's got a 461 batting average, which leads the team. He's got a 522 on-base percentage. He leads the state in all classes with 35 hits. And he's got 26 singles, which leads Class 1A, and is 2nd in RBIs with 33, which is also 2nd in the state. Tucker Ladderberg, 405 batting average, 505 on base, 716 slug. He's been a huge hitter for Wapsie. He's got 4 home runs, which is 2nd in Class 1A. He's got 30 hits, which is also 2nd in Class 1A. And he leads all classes with 37 RBIs. It's an amazing number. Manny Hebner, another senior, he is still 3rd in Class 1A with 9 doubles. He's also got a 328 batting average and a 442 on base percentage. We are going to see Trayton Sauerbry on the mound tonight. He's 5-0 and 26.1 innings pitched. He's given up just 24 hits, only 4 runs, all of them earned, 7 walks. He's got 33 strikeouts. He has just a 1.06 earned run average. He is second in Class 1A in total wins with 5. So he's going for his 6th win tonight, which would actually move him into a tie for first place if he was to win it tonight. Against Sumner Fredericksburg on Monday, he pitched. He was absolutely amazing. He pitched 7 shutout innings, only gave up 6 hits. And that is a ranked Class 2A team that he completely shut down. The coach's keys to the game, let me bring that up here for you. Coach Jake, and he wants to see the continuing quality at-bats. They had some terrific at-bats last night where they kept fouling the ball off, and it just wore down their pitcher. So he's hoping to see that again tonight. Obviously, he wants to see Trayton throw strikes. This is not, and I hope there's no East Buchanan fans, please excuse me, but this is not a very good hitting team. They've got a low team batting average. They win off their pitching and defense. So he wants them to fill. He wants Trayton just to throw strikes, make them hit the ball. And he also wants to see lots of energy. You all remember what happened last Friday night. I mean, this is the last game of the week. Last Friday night, we were just flat against Appleton Parkersburg. Ended up losing that game 6-4. So he wants to see a lot of energy for the last game of the week. Officials for tonight's game, John Huff, he'll be the home plate umpire behind the plate, and then Don DeLaura. Game time temperatures around 79 degrees. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's supposed to be blowing soy. Batting fourth is Keenan Pauls. Batting fifth is Will Hansen. Batting sixth is Tanner Torn, is how they pronounce that. Batting seventh is Kyle Peck, and then Jacob Uris will be batting eighth. Todd Dawes will be batting ninth. And then for the Warriors,
batting fifth at the hot corner, number 24, Blake Hesse.
Here's how the Wapsie is going to line up. The usual lineup. You're going to see Bellis leading off, Dana second, Jake batting third. Tucker will be at catcher tonight. Jake will be in right field, by the way. Blake Hesse will be at third base. Manny Hebner at second. TJ Jakin will be at first base tonight. And then Garrett Shannon will be at shortstop. Rounding out the lineup will be the pitcher, Trayton Sauerbrei. We are going to pause for a moment while we do the national anthem. We'll be back with you in here in a minute.
Caught in a pickle for out number 1. Dana grounds out to the second baseman Keenan Pauls for out number 2. Now batting for Wapsie Valley right fielder number 18.
Looks like we are back live at Wapsie Valley Field. Again, having some technical evens account, 1 ball and 1 strike. Keenan has been their best hitter so far this season. Takes that pitch for a ball. Got a good question of the day for you guys. I'm hoping I can stay live for it. I asked the guys, What's your favorite thing to do with your dad? And I also got dads involved, too. I was able to get a hold of most of them, asking them what's their favorite thing to do with their son. So I'll go through those here in a couple innings. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So that'll be the first out in the inning. That'll bring up Will Hansen, the pitcher. Will's got a .213 batting average. He gets on base .250. He's tied for the team lead with 12 runs. He's also got 10 walks, which is tied for the team lead. That pitch is to Valley Baseball. Again, they've got Will Hansen on the mound. He ran into all kinds of trouble in that first inning. Briar Bellis was able to get on with a, I don't remember if it was a walk or a hit, but he got on base and then he got picked off. He got he fooled on the move because Will Hansen is a left-handed pitcher. So he was going. He got caught in a rundown. It was kind of a fun rundown going back and forth, but he eventually got out. And after that, the Warriors did load up the bases, but were unable to score. If I remember correctly, Jake Shore got a hit. Okay, Jake Shore walked. Tucker Latimer got a hit, and I think Caden Dana, right? Briar got a hit. So who was the other walk then? Hesse. Okay, Blake Hesse took a walk. First pitch is taken for a ball. This is T.J. Jakin. Swung on. Popped up in the air. It's going to stay in the infield. And that will be grabbed by Keenan Pauls for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Garrett Shannon, the sophomore. Garrett's got a .148 batting average, on base .303. He does make a lot of contact, though. Here's the pitch. Hit foul, out of play, right side. Garrett's got 4 hits on the season. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hammered right toward center field for a base hit. Nice line drive hit by Garrett Shannon. And that'll be the 3rd hit for the Warriors in this game already.
Now batting for Wapsie Valley, the pitcher, number 21, Trayton Sauerbry.
That'll bring up Trayton Sauerbry. Trayton's been hitting a lot better as of late. He's got 5 hits on the season. He's brought his batting average up, and he's going to hit that one foul for strike 1. He's got his batting average up to .217, a .357 on-base percentage. Not quite where we're used to seeing Trayton, but it's very good compared to where he started. I think he started like 0 for 12. But again, to repeat the story on Trayton, he did miss all last year. So it does take a while to get that timing back. Pitching, he's been outstanding, though. He's a big reason why the Warriors have such a good record. Another pickoff move.
Shall we see Alburnett?
Cornell did really well at corralling that. That was a little high.
Shall we see Alburnett again?
Yeah, I think we're going to see Alburnett. We traveled to Alburnett this year, unfortunately. Oh, the pickoff moves. I doubt it. I'll tell you what. That was the first time I ever seen some pitcher throw over to a base with a runner standing on the base. That pitch is taken for a ball. Counts now 1 ball and 2 strikes. I remember my son Justice. They got thrown over to him like 7 times while he was on base. That pitch is fouled off. And unfortunately, it was Fairbank days. Everybody was wanting to go to fireworks. We were thinking we'd get the game over real fast and go into town, watch fireworks. Nope. We were able to see a few from the game over the center field fence. But that was an unusual game. That pitch is way outside for ball 3. Drayton's battled back in this count. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. I keep checking that live button, make sure I'm still live. Never know when it's going to go down. Looks like my and that ball's taken inside, but it's ball 4. They throw down to second base. He would have been safe there too. But that's going to put 2 runners on. First and second. Got the top of the lineup back up. Briar Bellis. Briar got a hit his first time at bat. He's 1 for 1. Briar's batting .329 without that hit, so it's a little higher than that. .462 on-base percentage. He's got 2 triples on this season, which is tied with Tucker for the team lead. That pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Curveball right in there for a strike. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Will Hansen, he's got a decent curveball. He just showed it off there. Had a nice little hook action to it. That ball swung on and fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Coaches feel this game's important for district seedings. East Buchanan comes into this game. They're 10-4. They're 3rd in the Tri-River Conference, but that's a conference that features, that ball's taken inside for ball 2. That features North Lynn. Alburnett is in that conference. No, Hudson's not in that one. They're in that pitch is taken outside for a ball. So Briar's battled back 3 balls and 2 strikes. So it is a tough conference. That conference has got like 3 really good teams and then 3 not so good teams. A lot of conferences are like that, a little top heavy. But still, they figure this is going to be a good, if we can get this win. That ball's driven towards center field, so Bellis has got himself another hit. And that's going to get past the center fielder all the way to almost to the wall. Coming around to score is Shannon, also Sauerbrei. Briar's going to end up with third base. Going to have to call that one an error, but give him a single. They're calling it a triple, so that's all right. Give him a triple. But the Warriors jump out to a 2-0 lead. That'll bring up Caden Dana with only 1 out. I did mention last night that the district or the sub-states will be released on Monday. That's actually when it's going to be. It's the week of Monday is when they'll be released. So it may not be Monday. We don't know when that'll be. But sometime next week we'll know at least who we're grouped with. We won't know our seeding. That'll be the week afterwards. But we'll at least know which teams that we could potentially face. So this win is important for that because teams are looking at the games this week yet. The count's now 2 balls and a strike. That pitch is fouled off. There's a theory floating out there. I shouldn't say floating. Coach Jakin is my source. With Key High doing as well as they are, he's expecting them to possibly get a 1 seed, and then Wapsie getting a 1 seed. So that might Key may pull teams in like Southwind and the ones that we're used to facing, up in the north, which might pull us into a group with like Don Bosco and North Lynn. So it'll be exciting to see who we're grouped with. That ball's fouled off. Dana's got a nice little battle going here. It counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dana comes into this game with a .354 batting average, .567 on base. He leads the team with an on-base percentage. 27 walks will do that for you. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped. It'll get past the pitcher. It's going to be a tough play. Coming in to score will be Bellis, and that'll be an infield single for Dana. I knew as soon as it got past the pitcher that was going to be a difficult play because Dana flies down the line. So that'll give the Warriors another run. Give Dana another RBI. And that'll be the 5th hit for the Warriors already. Bringing up Jake Shore. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. If you didn't get a chance to watch my post-game show last night, go back and watch that. I had Jake on. Jake is one of those, he's hard to interview because he's one of those that just gives you really short answers. But I got him to open up a little bit. Huh?
You didn't bring Tucker on when you threw 90?
No, I didn't bring Tucker on. I needed to bring Jake Shore on because he hadn't been brought on at all. And he had a huge night. And there's a single ripped into left field. Another hit there for the Warriors. I'm getting some grief from Zach Bavers because Tucker Latterberg did, when he pitched, he got it up to 90 miles per hour. But here's the thing. I didn't even see that. I didn't even know he threw. I didn't know he threw one for 90 until I went down in the field and talked to the guys. Because the best I saw on the machine here was 88 miles an hour. And I don't always look at it. Throw over to first. Runner's back. So we got Tucker Latterberg. Tucker got a hit in his first time at bat. Got himself a nice RBI situation here. Runners on first and second. That ball skied, foul, out of play. But that was quite an accomplishment for Tucker. He only faced 5 Jessup hitters last night. Got all 5 of them out. I think he struck out 2 or 3. Yeah, he did. He only threw 25, and then they took him out. So he's available for tonight if the Warriors need him. And you never know. I mean, Trayton has looked good, but things can change. Trayton's only at 24 pitches. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Well, you don't see that too often.
Latterberg strikes out for outs number 2.
In fact, that's just his 7th strikeout of the season.
Batting for Wapsie Valley, number 24, Blake Hesse.
That'll bring up Blake Hesse. Swung on and missed at the first one for strike 1. Blake walked his first time at bat. Takes that pitch outside. He's also been hitting better as of late. He's got his average up to 224. That pitch gets away from the catcher, so the runners will advance. Dana will go to third. Shore is now stand on second. So now we've got a great RBI opportunity for Blake Hesse. If he can get a hold of one here. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air, but it's going to go the right side out of play. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Taken outside for ball 3. Count's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. They have been making Will Hansen work. He's up to 58 pitches already. Mine's behind. That ball's fouled off. That's pitch number 60, actually. I rely on Game Changer as well. I don't know if you guys keep that up. You're more than welcome. If you got Game Changer, you can kind of see the score and who's on base. It's probably a little delayed. That ball skied up in the air and fouled. Good battle here. This is the quality at bats that Coach was talking about. I know TJ did an excellent job last night, TJ Jakin. He had 2 at-bats where he just made the pitcher work. Foul after foul after foul. And Hesse's doing that here. I don't think the catcher's going to be able to get that. Nope. Bangs on the stand. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitches. Pitch number 10. Swung on and missed for strike 3. But, hey, that's a quality at bat there for Blake Hesse. That'll retire the side for the Warriors. We got on the board, though. Got 3 runs on that inning on 4 hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. Give a shout out to VanDaele Insurance in Fairbank. They can help you with auto, home, health, life, crop, and commercial insurance. Talk to Chad or Amber or any of their fine agents. Give them a call at 319-635-2526. Thank you for sponsoring Wapsie Valley Baseball. We'll be back here in just a moment. We are back live here at Wapsie Valley Field. Leading off for the Buccaneers is Kyle Peck. He's their shortstop. Jacob Uris, he's on the batter circle. And also due up is Todd Dawes, their right fielder. They've got 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Buccaneers. First pitch is taken for a strike. The line on Kyle, he's an 8th grader. He's got a .211 batting average. Got three doubles. Foul tipped that one for strike 2. He's also got 8 RBIs. He's one of 4 different players that have 8 RBIs to lead the team. .340 on-base percentage. Swung on, chopped right off the plate. That's going to be a tough one. I don't think Trayton's going to be able to get him. Nope. I think Trayton should have just hung on to that one. That's going to be the first hit of the game for the Buccaneers.
Now batting for East Buchanan, third baseman number 15, Jacob Uris.
This is Jacob Uris. He's their third baseman. Jacob is just a sophomore. He's batting .130 on the season. Got 3 hits in 23 at-bats. He's going to try to lay down a bunt, and he'll get one down. Sauerbrei will go over to first to retire Uris. So give him a credit for a sacrifice bunt. But that'll be the first out in the inning.
Now batting for East Buchanan, the right fielder, number 2, Todd Dawes.
That'll bring up Todd Dawes. He's a junior. He's got a .269 batting average, .375 on base. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Dawes has got 7 hits so far this season. He's got 1 double. Here's the pitch from Trayton. Taken outside for a ball. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. There's a strike right on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Taken for strike 3 on a 76-mile-an-hour fastball that caught the outside corner for the second out of the inning. So that'll flip their lineup. That'll bring up Brady Hogan. He's just a freshman. He went 0 for 1. He struck out his first time at bat. Here's the pitch. Taken outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. Just missed for ball 2. Swung on, fouled over my head. That'll make the count 2 balls and a strike. Hogan's got a .273 batting average, .411 on base. Pitch taken inside for ball 3. So we'll see if he's even swinging on this one. He's got 8 walks on the season. Here's the pitch, and he's not. Taken for ball 4.
Hogan.
So that'll put runners on first and second, making Sauerbrei work a little bit here in this third inning. That'll bring up Tristan Cornell. Tristan is just an 8th grader. I might have mentioned that the last time he was at bat. 237 batting average. He's 0 for 1 in this game. Takes the first pitch, just missed for ball 1. That pitch must have been a little high. Missed again for ball 2. Going back to the coach's keys of the game, he wanted Trayton just to throw strikes. Make this team hit. There's a pitch. Must have missed low. Ball 3. There's a strike. That'll make the count 3 balls and a strike. Trayton, he didn't give up any walks in that Sumner-Fredericksburg game. That pitch is fouled off. So he's ran the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Taken upstairs for ball 3. For ball 4, I mean. So that'll load the bases. We've got a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 3rd inning. That'll bring up Brady VanScoy. He's their catcher. Just a freshman. 279 batting average. 304 on base coming into this game. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. That pitch is fouled off. Out of play. So this will be the first time Trayton's got himself in a bit of a jam. It all started with that little blue pit. It was really weak contact. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. He's got himself way ahead in this count. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air toward center field. Bellis is under it, and he'll make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. Whew, we got out of that one. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. 3 runners left on base. Warriors maintain their 3-0 lead. Heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Warriors have – oh, I got to find it. Looks like they got Shore, Latteberg, and Hesse due up. Oh, that can't be right. Hebner, Jakin, and Shannon are due up. So I'm going to take a break. We'll be back here in just a moment. We're back live here at Wapsie Valley Field. We've got a new pitcher. Brady VanScoy is now going to pitch for the Buccaneers. He's their other outstanding pitcher. He pitched against Makokota Valley as well on Monday. Got a win. Pitched all 7 innings, only gave up 1 run. 6 hits, struck out 4. He's got a 4-1 record on the season. He's pitched in 28 innings, given up 27 hits, 10 runs, 6 of them earned, given up 2 walks, only hit 1 guy, and he struck out 27. He's got a 1.50 earned run average. So this is only the 4th game of the week for the Buccaneers. So their pitching lineup is way different than ours. And the only night the Warriors have had off was Tuesday. You got to kill the music. Due up is Manny Hebner. And they were able to keep both of their pitchers on Monday night below 90, which means they're both eligible to come back tonight. I mean, and that was just an amazing job by Brady Van Scoy to go all 7 innings, and I think he only pitched 73 pitches in that game. So Hebner's behind in this count, 0-2. Pauls is now behind the plate for the Buccaneers. That pitch is taken for a ball. Hansen moved over to first base. Cornell's now at second. Here's the pitch, taken upstairs for ball 2. Pitch is outside for ball 3. Manny's battled back on this one. Question of the day, favorite thing to do with Dad? Manny Hebner, he likes going with his dad to Twins games. That pitch is chopped toward the third baseman. It's going to be a tough play. Third baseman throws it over, but that's going to be an infield single for Manny Hebner.
Manny Hebner reaches first on the infield single. Now batting for Wapsie Valley, the first baseman, number 12, TJ Jakin.
That'll bring up TJ Jakin. One thing I used to like doing with my dad is every year they would do an employee appreciation at Quaker Oats. He worked at Quaker Oats for 30, 40 years, long time. And every year they would do an employee appreciation that was put on by the union. So we'd have this great big huge pancake breakfast and all you can eat pancakes. And then we got to tour the factory, Quaker Oats factory, get to see where Captain Crunch was made. My dad actually snuck over and got me some warm Crunch Berries right out of the machine. Oh, they were amazing. And then at the end of the tour, we got to, because back in those days, they used to put toys in the cereal boxes. And at the end of the tour, we were able to go through all these different boxes of toys and pick whatever we wanted. So that was something that I enjoyed doing with my dad. Every year we got to do that. That ball's hit toward the third baseman. He's going to scoop it, throw it to second, over to first, and that's a double play.
TJ Jakin grounds into the double play.
So that's 2 outs for the Buccaneers.
Now batting for Wapsie Valley, number 17, the shortstop, Garrett Shannon.
Score that one 5-4-3, double play. Ask Coach Jakin what he liked doing with his dad. He likes to fish with him. That ball is skied up in the air, but foul. Coach Bergman, he likes watching sports with his dad. I asked my kids. I got a couple answers on. Didn't hear from Mesa, but Justice enjoys going golfing with me, I guess. That was the same answer I had for him, too. We enjoy going golfing. I'm not any good at it.
Golfing's a sport, right?
But it's something that's fun to do with him. I also enjoy just watching sports with him because Justice is my sports nut. My son Asa, I love going on trips with Asa. We went to a trip down in Arizona. He was in this bleeding disorder camp, getting in the game function that they had. It was a baseball event, and I got to go with him to that. And they'd had competition for like throwing, pitching, hitting. He did quite well as a pitcher. That ball's hammered but foul. Counts now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now I still love traveling with him because anytime I get him to go anywhere, he drives for me, which I love. I hate driving. Here's a pitch. Taken for a ball. My daughters, I asked them what they like to do with Dad. Both of them gave me drinking answers, so I must be great to drink with. My daughter Sabrina likes drinking margaritas with me. I haven't had a margarita since I've been on this keto diet. Unless they need to come up with a sugar-free mix. There's strike 3. So Garrett Shannon goes out. Will be the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits. 1 hit. No errors, no runners left on base. So that'll do it in the third inning. We're going to head to the top of the fourth inning. Warriors lead 3-0. Let me finish the story. Crystal is also my oldest daughter. And keep in mind, my oldest daughter, she is 30, maybe 31. Yeah, I think she just turned, she was born in 93. So, yeah, she'd be 31 this year. But, yeah, she likes having a drink with me as well. And what I love doing with them, though, I love tailgating with them. I got them all out at I'm a season ticket holder for the Iowa Hawkeyes with my son Asa being in the marching band. So I'm a season ticket holder, and I get a parking pass in I think it's called Finkbine parking lot where the golf course is. And last year got both of my daughters and my son Justice. Of course, Asa wasn't there because he was in the marching band and all. But that was just a great time. I cooked up, what did I make for him? Was it fajitas? I made something. Might have been, I think I made quesadillas or something. But it just had a great time. Played some music. Had my grandkids there. So hopefully we get to do that again this fall. You like hearing my stories, Eli? Hopefully the audience does. Either that or I'm boring you to death. That pitch is hit. Oh, that's toward the gap. That's going to get down for extra bases. Rounding first, heading towards second. I'll get who the hitter is for you. I believe that's Keenan Pauls. That is Keenan's 4th double on the season, so he now leads the Buccaneers. That'll bring up Will Hansen. He started off at pitcher. Now at first base. Swung on and missed for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 in this game so far. That pitch is fouled right over my head. Makes the count 0-2. Buccaneers have a runner in scoring position. They did last inning as well. They loaded the bases. That pitch gets away from Latterberg, but he gets it back to the pitcher. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So, yeah, favorite things to do with your dad. What's that?
Yours was the Quaker Oats factory?
Yep, my dad worked there for a long time. He was a roofer. That pitch is now, that's also hammered toward the gap, but Dana's going to run over to it and grab that for out number 1. Dana was shading more closer to the gap this time, and he was able to corral that one for out number 1.
Now batting for East Buchanan, the center fielder, number 8, Tanner Tolan.
You would be amazed. And you ever had Captain Crunch?
Yes, I have.
You'd be amazed. Those Captain Crunch just go through like a huge line, and my dad ripped one off and gave it to me to bite it. He says, "Taste this. It tastes like foam." It was before they put all the sugar on it. There's a sugar syrup that gets poured on it. First it gets cut up, and then they pour this liquid, sugar liquid over. That's what gives it that sweet. But without it, it tastes like styrofoam. I kid you not.
Think it'd be a more nutritious cereal?
Not really. I wouldn't call Captain Crunch a very nutritious cereal.
And then without the sugar coating, you just taste good.
That pitch is taken for a strike. But, man, when he reached into that barrel of Crunch Berries, oh, man, those were good. I suppose he told me he wasn't supposed to do that, but my dad's long retired. Actually. Boy, Garrett Shannon almost caught that. It went off his glove. We'll see how they score it.
Oran reaches first base on the Shannon error.
That'll be an error. That's the right call. It went off Shannon's glove. He should have caught that. And I think he was too much of in a hurry to try to double up Paul's. So he ended up dropping it. And then after that, there was no play. Here's the pitch, taken upstairs for ball one. But yeah, I got a whole list of things from the players, their favorite things to do with their dad. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. Eli Ike, what's your favorite thing to do with your dad? Going camping? Yeah. Where do you guys go camping at? Oh, that ball's hit toward the gap. That might get down, and it does, right in front of Dana. He's got to play at third if he can corral it, but he can't. He can't get a handle on that ball because he knew it. He had to play at third base if he could have just gotten a hold of it. And in the meantime, he just dropped it. So that's going to load the bases with just one out. Paul's had to hold up not knowing if he'd catch that or not. That'll bring up Jacob Uris. He got on base first time at bat. Oh, no, he didn't get on. He laid down a sacrifice bunt. And that ball is going to be chopped toward Manny Hebner, and it goes off his chest. Manny keeps control, and he'll still get the out at first base. But a run's going to score for the Buccaneers. But that'll be the second out of the inning. That'll bring up their number 9 hitter, Todd Dawes. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time at bat. He's their number 9 hitter. Swung on and missed for strike one. Where do you guys go camping at? Up in Frederica? Oh, really? Okay. Mr. Babers, what do you like to do with your dad? Swung on and missed for strike two.
So he works at PEC, which is a department of John Deere. He's worked there for over 20 years.
What's it called?
PEC.
PDC?
Product Engineering Center.
That's where he works. Where's that at?
Waterloo.
In Waterloo?
I used to tour the factory with him.
You got to tour the factory?
Yep.
Oh, cool. That's fun, isn't it?
I toured his factory probably 3-4 times.
Yeah.
Every time I've loved it.
Kind of neat to get to see where your dad works, and yeah.
He's got pictures of me on his toolbox.
Really? Swung on and missed for strike three. 76-mile-an-hour fastball. So Trayton Sauerbrei gets out of it, but the Buccaneers do get on the board with one run off of. They got 2 hits. There is 1 error on the Warriors. There is 2 runners left on base. So what do you like to do with your dad? Hey, give me a shout out if you want to. So I'll check the YouTube chat here in just a moment. But due up for the Warriors, I believe it's Sauerbrei, Bellis, and Dana. Give a shout out to RTC Communications. RTC is here to provide high quality, superior services to you, the customer, by offering great customer service and the services you want and need to work and stay connected with family and friends. Reach out to them at 319-279-3375 or email manager at reedlandtelco.com. VanDaele Insurance in Fairbank. Give them a call. They can help you with auto, home, even health, life, crop, and commercial insurance. Talk to Chad or Amber or any one of their fine agents at 319-635-2526. Van Scoy is going to stay on the mound for the Buccaneers. Closing the book on Hansen, he pitched in 2 innings. Gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, walked 3, and struck out 3. This will be the second inning of work for Van Scoy. And that's where Hansen got into a jam. It was his second inning, so we'll see what happens here. Here's a pitch. Swung on, driven towards center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Diving for it, but missing is their center fielder, so that's going to give Sauerbrei, he's going to go for 3. He slides, and he's in there for a triple. Gives Sauerbrei his first extra base hit of the season, and it's a triple. Like I mentioned earlier, he's been hitting much better. He's got his timing back. He's getting some confidence. So that'll put a runner on third base for the Warriors with nobody out. RBI situation for Breyer. Good to see the bottom of that Warrior lineup produce. First pitch is taken for a ball. Breyer, what he likes doing with his dad, he likes to sit and talk. So, Ryan, if you're out there listening, your son likes to sit and, oh, there's a base hit ripped into right field. That'll drive home the run, and that'll give another single for the Warriors. Like I said, this is the second inning for VanDaele. That's when they got to Hansen, was that second inning. So that'll get that run back for the Warriors that they gave up in the top of the fourth. Caden Dana is now up to bat. Again, I also asked dads, too, what they like doing with their son. And Caden Dana's dad, his name is Seth. They both gave me the same answer, boating and hunting. So Breyer takes off for second. He's going to easily be in there for the stolen base. Dana takes that first pitch for a ball. I had a couple of guys that gave me exact answers, and that's what I was looking for. I was just going to see if maybe what they like to do was the same together. Caden also mentioned he likes going snowmobiling with Seth, his dad. Finishing up on Breyer, Ryan, he likes watching athletic events, practicing ball, and ranger rides is what he likes doing with his son. Hopefully Breyer will see that here. You know, this is good information to know. As a dad, I want to know what my kids like doing with me. That pitch is taken for a strike. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, nope, 2-1. I missed one. I missed a pitch somewhere. Too busy talking. That pitch is hammered down the right field line, and it's going to be a fair ball. Jumping for it was Hansen, but he couldn't quite get it. Rounding third, coming home is Bellis. He's in standing with the 5th run of the game for the Warriors. Give Dana another hit. That's his second hit of the game already. I believe it's his second RBI even, too. They'll bring up Jake Shore. Jake is 1 for 1. Dana takes off in the very first pitch, and he's going to – they got him. The throw beat Dana. I don't think Dana got a very good jump on that because he's pretty hard to throw out. That'll be the first out of the inning. That pitch is hammered toward left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Line drive hit for Jake. Jake likes going to MLB games with his dad. Likes to go camping. His brother Tyler gave me the exact same answer. They both enjoy going to MLB games. They're both Cub fans. And I know they camp up in Claremont. This is Tucker Latterberg. He's 1 for 2. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Tucker enjoys going hunting and racing. Oh, racing together with his dad. They do some racing. Tucker and Ryan. Ryan's his dad. I asked Ryan. I got to read this one. I asked Ryan what he likes to do with his son. First, he gave me a good answer. He likes to go racing, which is the same answer Tucker gave me. But he also likes to go fishing. He says, the most I enjoy, and this is a quote, I enjoy getting to undo all the entanglements of fishing line that he brings with him. So I found that to be funny. And I told Tucker that too. He kind of chuckled at it. The count's now 2 balls and a strike. Here's a pitch. They're going to try to get Shore at first base. That ball almost went into right field. Jake's back in there safely. I asked Jim what he likes to do with his boys. Going to a Cubs game or any ball diamond. Likes to go out to eat with them. I enjoy that too with my kids. There's a pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. That'll even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch is nice curveball. 56-mile-an-hour curveball that freezes Tucker for the second out of the inning.
Now batting for Wapsie Valley, third baseman number 24.
So that'll bring up Blake Hesse. Blake with his dad, Corey. Corey told me he enjoys teaching Blake how to work on vehicles. And that's a good thing to teach your son. Unfortunately, I didn't do that with mine. So off to the mechanics they go. That pitch is hammered but fouled. Out of play. Counts now even, 1 ball and 1 strike. I asked Blake what he likes doing with his dad. He liked riding with him in the semi. Corey is a truck driver. My dad did that years ago when I was little. I got to ride with him once too. When Quaker Oats was, they had some strike. Happened when I was a kid. Some dad was, that pitch is hammered it's toward right field, but under it is Dawes, and he'll make the play to retire the side. But the Warriors do add 2 more runs off a couple more hits. No errors. 1 runner left on base. We are going to head to the 5th inning. Wapsie now leads 5-1. We'll be back here in just a moment. We're back live here at Wapsie Valley Field. Warriors have a 5-1 lead. Trayton Sauerbrei still on the mound for the Warriors. He's still in good shape. He's at 64 pitches.
64 for Trayton, 6'4".
Talking about dads tonight. Favorite things to do with your dad, favorite things to do with your son.
Leading off the top of the 5th for East Buchanan, the left fielder, number 3, Brady Hogan.
So Brady Hogan is due up for the Buccaneers. He is 0 for 1. He's drawn a walk. He swings and misses at the first one. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air toward center field. Bellis is under it. He makes the play for out number 1.
Hogan flies out to the center fielder, Briar Bellis, for out number 1. Now batting for East Buchanan, the second baseman, number 2.
So that'll bring up the second baseman, Tristan Cornell. He started at first base. He's now moved to second. Tristan is 0 for 1. He's also walked. Here's a pitch swung on, and that's going to be loop but foul on the left side. The Buccaneers have started to make some contact in this game. They've only struck out 5 times. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike. Cornell's now behind 0-2. VanDaele is on deck for the Buccaneers. Pitch is taken down low for ball one. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. So that's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up VanDaele. He's 0 for 2. VanDaele started off at catcher. He's now the pitcher. He's a fine pitcher for the Buccaneers. Decent hitter. He had a .279 batting average coming into this game. Takes that first pitch a little outside for a ball. He is their number 3 hitter. Got 3 triples. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike. Counts now even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Hit toward the first base side, and that's going to get through. Jake Shore tried to barehand it. I think he was thinking about throwing it to first base, but it would have been very quick. So that'll give the Buccaneers, I believe that's just their, no, that's their 3rd hit of the game. Or is it 4th? 3, 4, 4. I think it's their 4th hit. So give VanDaele his first hit of the game. He's now 1 for 3. Keegan Pauls, he's got one of the other Buccaneer hits. He's 1 out of 2. He scored the Buccaneers' only run back in the 4th inning. Swings and misses at that one, though. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air toward center field. Dana's racing in, and he'll make the play for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Buccaneers in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no runners left on base. Let's see who's due up for the Warriors. Looks like we've got Hebner, Jakin, and Shannon. Are you enjoying watching live Warrior sports and events from the comforts of your own home for free? Consider a donation to Wapsie Valley's Venmo to help keep the streams going and at no cost to fans. Look for the link in the video description below. Could use all the support we can get. Could use a couple more sponsors too. If anybody out there would like to sponsor Wapsie Valley baseball, we're going to be. I'm sure we're going to host districts at least, because there's no way we're not going to get at least a 1 or a 2 seed. We're projecting to be a 1 seed, but even if we're a 2, we'll still get first 2 rounds here. If we get that top seed, potentially, this is assuming Warriors can win the first 2 rounds, but that would give the Warriors an opportunity to host a district championship game, which would be a lot of fun. Sure beats going up to Kelmer, I'll tell you that. I got tired of that trip for district finals. Because that's a place the Warriors really have a hard time winning. That's where they beat us last year, district championship game. Here's Manny Hebner. Like going to Twins games with his dad. Reached out to Matt. He likes going to Iowa State games with Matt. Matt's a huge Iowa State Cyclone fan. He likes to do tailgating with Manny, watching Iowa State football with him. So kind of like what I like to do with my kids, except it's Hawkeyes. That pitch is taken for a ball. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. So, Matt Hebner, I hope you like taking your son to Twins games as well, because that's what he likes doing with you. He don't like going to those Iowa State games. We're converting him to a Hawkeye fan. I'll bet I can get Manny to go with me to a Hawkeye tailgate. I hope he sees this or hears it. He's a huge Cyclone fan. He's going to hate me saying that. That pitch is down low for a ball. Makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike. That pitch is taken for a strike. When I was younger, I went to more Twins games than I did Cub games. Back when they were in the Metrodome. That pitch is taken down low for ball 4. So Manny gets himself a walk. Puts the leadoff man on.
For Wapsie Valley, the first baseman, number 12, TJ Jakin.
Brings up TJ Jakin. I asked Tom, what do you like doing with your son? He says, I like throwing batting practice to him and watching him crush batting practice balls off of me. So I asked TJ, what do you like doing with your dad? I like playing baseball with my dad and doing batting practice with him. That is a baseball family, folks. Perfect combination right there. There's a pitch taken down low. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hunter Curley isn't in the game tonight, but I did get a chance to ask him. He likes going hunting with his dad, and that's the same answer Jamie gave me. He likes going hunting and fishing with his son. So another perfect match. That pitch is chopped foul.
You ever know something about TJ? He always swings as hard as he can.
TJ's looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 2. That pitch is chopped foul. Manny was on the move on that one. But he'll have to return to first base. VanDaele is going to throw over to first. It's going to get away. Manny's going to take off for second base, and he's going to be in there easily. So error on the pitcher there. Threw that ball away. That'll put a runner in scoring position for the Warriors. Here's a pitch taken outside. That'll even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Did I get everybody? No, I've got 1 more left. No, I got 2 left. Outside for ball 3. Now, like I mentioned earlier, TJ had some couple of really great out-bats last night. Full count, kept fouling the ball off, Pitch is taken down low for ball 4. So TJ will get himself on base. So that'll put runners on first and second with nobody out. Brings up Garrett Shannon. Garrett's one of those guys, when I ask him a question, it takes him a while. He's got to think about it. Coming in to pinch run, I believe that's Logan Sauerbrei. It is. Logan Sauerbrei's coming in to run for TJ. I probably stood there for 5 minutes waiting for Garrett to come up with an answer. I made him give me one. He likes going to B-dubs with his dad, and that's something I love doing with my kids too. Because we all love sports. I know I've taken Justice to B-dubs quite. That used to be one of his favorite places to go was B-dubs. Get all the games on those TVs. Go there for an Iowa football game. I was back before we had season tickets. Well, we'll still do that for an away game. Yeah. My son's in the marching band. Asa is. That ball's driven towards center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third, coming home is Manny. He's going to hold up. He would have scored. He held up. That's all right. There's no outs, though. That'll load the bases up. Give Shannon a base hit. Unfortunately, Chris never got back to me what he likes doing with his son. I texted him earlier. Oh, no, he just responded to me. When not playing baseball, we like to kayak. Sitting around a campfire or watching scary movies. That's what Chris likes to do with his son. Love the answer, Chris. Thanks for sending that my way. That ball's hammered toward left field. That's going to get through for a base hit. Trayton Sauerbrei just keeps it going. That's going to score 2 runs for the Warriors. Just see that confidence growing with Trayton Sauerbrei with every at-bat. Hit a triple his first at-bat. I love seeing that. I'm a big fan of Trayton Sauerbrei. I got to coach him as a young man. Good kid. Always great to have in the dugout. I told his dad, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was this morning, how proud I am of Trayton because he struggled. He really struggled at the beginning of the year hitting. I wasn't kidding. He went like 0 for 12, and I could just see it written all over his face. But he hung in there. And I never heard a peep of complaint out of him, even when Coach kept him out of the lineup because he wasn't hitting. He worked hard at it, and there he is, sitting at the bottom of the lineup, and he's getting hits, scoring runs, driving in runs. Love to see it. We all know how great he's been as a pitcher. So Briar Bellis is up there. That pitch is going to get away, but not far enough to advance the runners. Bells has got himself a 3-for-3 game. 2 runs, 3 RBIs. But anyway, finishing up on Trayton, he loves playing catch with his dad, and they've done a lot of that together. He had a hard time thinking of something he likes to do with his dad, so he asked me, what'd Dad say? What'd my dad say? Like, he likes working on remodeling projects with you and doing backyard games. He goes, oh, yeah. That pitch is taken inside for a strike. He's like, yeah, I like doing that with my dad. And that makes sense. I know Trayton is getting into real estate. I know Brent dabbles in it a little bit too. I think he's got rental homes that he fixes up. And that's that type of work you're best off trying to do yourself because it's very expensive to have done for you. That pitch is inside. Must be ball. I'm really not keeping track of the pitch count very well. I'm talking too much. That's ball 4. So that'll load the bases up for Caden Dana. Caden is 2 for 3. He's driven in 2 runs. Here's the pitch. Taken down low for a ball. He's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. That's taken for a strike. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Dana is just a freshman. Both him and Briar are just freshmen. Been outstanding in the top of the lineup. That ball just missed hitting Dana. Dana leads the team with hit by pitches with 5 of them. That also leads to his high on-base percentage, 27 walks. And I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. He's an aggressive hitter. He's not up there looking for a walk. But he just will not swing unless you throw him a strike. And when you throw him one, he'll hammer it. He's got 23 hits to go with those 27 walks. That pitch is skied up in the air. Is it going to get out of play? And it will. Had some East Buchanan fans ducking for cover. Landed by the light pole. So that'll run our count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Warriors would love to get a big hit here. Get some of them runs home. Perfect part of the lineup up for the Warriors as well. Just want to check my list, make sure I got through them all. That pitch is skied up in the air toward right field. Dawes has got a beat on it. He's under it. He'll make the play. Tagging and trying to score, and he'll get there, is Garrett Shannon. So give himself a sacrifice fly on that one. That'll give the Warriors 8 runs. That's their third run of the inning.
Garrett Shannon scores on the Dana sacrifice.
Also tagging on the play was Briar Bellis. So he'll advance to third. Very good base running by Briar Bellis. I'm sorry, that was Trayton Sauerbrei who advanced. Breyer he had to hang on at first base because the ball was being thrown in towards him. That pitcher could have easily took it and thrown him out. But he's going to take off. He'll steal second. Jake will take that first pitch for a strike, but that puts runners in second and third for him. And Shore has been on a tear lately. He drove in 6 runs last night. That pitch is upstairs for a ball. And like I said earlier, if you haven't watched the postgame show, go back and watch it. I just love Jake's attitude. I talked to him a little bit about the RBIs. He goes, I don't care about the numbers. I'm just trying to help the team win. Pitch is taken for a ball. I got him talking a little bit. But first he was real kind of hard to get him like Jake, your family and friends are going to see this. Say something. Pitch is taken for a strike. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. But that's just the way Jake is. He's a guy of few words. Great in the clubhouse. Always helping the younger guys. That pitch is driven foul, out of play, right side. That'll keep our count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But he enjoys going to Cub games with his dad. Something I enjoy doing, too. Don't get to do enough of it. It's expensive to go to a ball game anymore. That pitch is fouled off. Barely got a piece of that one. Fortunately, the catcher wasn't able to hang on to it. Especially at Wrigley. I mean, the cheapest seat, I think, ticket is like $30. And that's for like a midweek game. That ball's hit toward the shortstop. It'll score a run, but they'll retire Shore at first base. But give himself another RBI, though. That'll be the 9th run for the Warriors. Advancing to third was Bellis. That'll be the first out of the inning. Brings up Tucker Ladberg. Tucker is 1 for 3. Unbelievably, he struck out twice in this game. I don't know if there's been a game this season where he struck out twice. I mean, Tucker's only had 6 coming into this game.
Yes, I have 65 for VanDaele.
So there is a meeting on the mound. We'll see if the coach is going to make a move here. I believe that's Coach Crawford, Tom Crawford. They might just be discussing strategy.
Is VanDaele going to shortstop then?
Nope, there is going to be a pitching change. So looks like the shortstop is coming in. This will be Kyle Peck.
Anything else?
Kyle is just an 8th grader. He's only pitched in 1 game this season. Pitched 1 inning. Threw 8 pitches. Struck out 2 of them.
Now pitching number 5, Kyle Peck. And moving to
Gave up
shortstop,
no hits.
32, Brady VanDaele.
So that'll put VanDaele to shortstop. Looks like he's a versatile player because he started the game at catcher. Yeah, he started the game at catcher. So we'll see how Peck does here. Again, this is only his 2nd appearance as a pitcher. He did very well the first time, striking out 2 in an inning. But he's facing a really good hitter here. This will be a challenge for the 8th grader. Here's a pitch. That pitch is driven high up in the air. There's only 1 out, isn't there? Oh, there's 2 outs. Okay. I was wondering why Bellis took off. That's caught by the shortstop for out number 3. Sorry about that, guys. There's 3 outs in the inning. But that'll do it for the Warriors. They scored 4 runs. They're up to 13 total hits. I don't know how many they got that last inning, but they now lead 9-1. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Leaving one on base as we head to the top of Miss Reedland is Jalen May. The runner-up was Leanne Oltrogi. Van Scoy finishes with 65, Peck 1.
All right, we're back live here at Wapsie Valley Field. I heard back from my son, Ace. So he likes sitting around a bonfire with me. That's right. That's and I think that's one of the favorite things a lot of my kids like to do. We like to have a bonfire, maybe play a little music outside. I used to do some camping with my kids when they were younger. Sat around those bonfires as well. Always had one when we were camping. That pitch is driven toward left field, but it's foul. Boy, he got a hold of that one. Pitch is upstairs for a ball. My wife wants to make sure I mention how she'd like spending time with her daddy on the farm with the animals. She used to fish on the Mississippi with her dad. Camping at Sports Unlimited up in Prairie du Chien. Yeah, that was a good time. I got to do that a couple times with my father-in-law. Hung out with her brother. Of course, we didn't get in any trouble. We were good guys. Boy, I could tell you stories about that.
Now batting for the Buccaneers, center fielder number 8, Tanner Torn.
I got to know her dad real well camping up in Prairie du Chien. My future father-in-law. He was a great guy. All right. Hey, I'll try to get my head back in this game here. There is an out. I can't even tell you who's batting right now. Is it Peck or Torn? Torn's up. Center fielder. He's 0 for 2 in this game. He struck out once. Pitch is taken upstairs high. So the count's now 3 balls and a strike. Those of you that are just interested in the game, sorry, I'm probably boring the crap out of you and like frustrating you. What's the count? How many outs are there? At least I got the score right, I think. 9-1, is that the score? Okay. There's ball 4. So that's a 1-out walk for the Buccaneers. Of course, Buccaneer fans, if they're tuning in, they probably could care less. Talking about dads tonight. There's going to be a lot of things going on this weekend. Spending time with dads. That's something that needs to be done every weekend. That's just my opinion. Advancing to second on that wild throw is Torn. Peck's at the plate now. He's going to hit the ball to third base. Throwing it over is Hesse. They're going to try to get him over at third because Torn took off, and he's safe. risky move there with being down by 8 runs. Because TJ did a great job throwing that ball back toward Hesse to try to get him. That ball's hit up in the air, but foul. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's a little looper, but it might get – nope. Shore is there to make the play for out number 3. Quick inning for the Warriors. No runs, no hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We are getting late into the game. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Warriors lead 9-1. Give a shout out to Legacy Roofing of Iowa. Protect your largest investment with our reliable roofing and gutter services. If you want to make your roof last as long as possible, it is vital that you never put off a roof repair. Small issues with roofing become big issues in a hurry. No matter how major or minor the repair you need, we are here to help. We offer roofing contracting, storm damage repair, gutter replacement, and residential and commercial roofing. Call Mitch at 319-415-2472 or Lou at 319-415-5547. Little Wapsie Communications, their state-of-the-art fiber network is complete in Fairbank, ready to serve your home or business with the fastest internet in town. For plans, pricing, and more information, call 319-279-3375. Thank you for sponsoring Wapsie Valley Baseball. Turning out to be a beautiful evening here at Wapsie Valley Field. It's cooled off a little bit. Got a terrific view of the sky, a little bit of clouds, neat coloring in the clouds. Blake Hesse's up at the plate for the Warriors. Blake's looking for his first hit. He's drawn a walk in this game. Ooh, that pitch almost hits him. 64 mile an hour on that one. Take it for a ball. There's the pitch. Tried the other corner but missed for ball 2. Yeah, Corey likes to teach Blake how to work on. You know, my dad tried to do that with me, and I paid no attention. He tried to show me how to do everything, and so now here I am paying for. He's a good mechanic, Brian in Fairbank. Give him a plug. Most of you guys probably know Brian, the only mechanic in town. Swung on a miss for strike 1. But that's because I never paid any attention. Hopefully Blake is listening. Taken for ball 4. So Blake draws another walk in this game. That's his second one. That'll give the Warriors another leadoff runner. They potentially could end it the game if they was to score 2 runs. Nice to see some Wapsie students here taking in the game. Swung on a miss for strike 1. This is Manny Hebner. He's 1 for 2. He's also drawn a walk. Here's the pitch. Down low for ball 1. Down low for ball 2. Yeah, I haven't been to that new ballpark up in Minneapolis. That old Metrodome. Interesting place to watch a game. They used to have that hefty bag for a center field wall.
What was it called? What were they played in? When they played the Vikings stadium.
It was Metrodome. Yep. Vikings used to play there. Roof collapsed one year.
Yeah, during the winter because of snow.
Ball 4. Hebner is going to get his second walk of the game.
Manny Hebner draws the walk. Now batting for Wapsie Valley, the first baseman, number 12, TJ Jakin.
That'll bring up TJ Jakin. TJ's 0 for 2, but he's drawn a walk. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's hammered down the line, but it's going to go foul. Ooh, it's just a little in front of that one. Good point, Zach. Manny Heemner represents the game-ending run. Here's the pitch. Swung on again, hammered down that line. Whew. Coach Jakin better be ready for it. His son's aiming for him again. Really? Hit Molds?
No, Landon Molds hit Jake Shore.
Hit Jake. Okay, the other way around. There's strike 3. Swung on and missed by TJ. So that'll be the first out of the inning.
Now batting for Wapsie Valley, the shortstop, number 17.
That'll bring up Garrett Shannon. Garrett's had himself a nice evening. He's 2 for 3. Scored 2 runs. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. Chris likes going kayaking with his son. I bet if I read Garrett this list, I bet he'd agree. These are things he likes doing with his dad. Besides just going to B-dubs. Chris is probably here at the game somewhere. But if you do watch this, you know, take your son to B-dubs. Pitch is taken outside for a ball. Way ahead of the count, 3 balls and no strikes. On deck is Trayton Sauerbry. Down low for a ball 4. So that'll load the bases for Trayton Sauerbry. But Trayton gave me a classic answer. If you all remember that movie, Field of Dreams. Dad, want to have a catch? Remember that scene? Want to have a catch?
No, this is Iowa.
It's called Have a Catch. That's what Trayton likes to do with his dad. Counts now even, 1 ball and 1 strike. I used to like playing catch with my son Justice too. Oh, Asa as well. But man, when Justice got older, man, he kind of scared me. He threw the ball. He started throwing the ball hard. There's ball 3. Of course, it didn't help that I somehow developed the yips. I can't throw the ball with the crap anymore. I used to when I was a kid. Way outside for ball 4. So that'll score a run for the Warriors. Give Trayton his 3rd RBI. So runner on 3rd. Briar Bellis is up. Stay tuned, folks, for the Access Systems postgame show. I might drag a player in here or coach. Talk about tonight's game and what we've got coming up. Pitch is taken outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit toward the first baseman. He's going to grab it. But that's going to be safe, though. The final run is going to score for the Warriors. So call that a ground out at first base, but he'll still get credit for an RBI. So that'll be the final score for the Warriors. 11-1 tonight. The Warriors got 13 hits, only 1 error. East Buchanan, they only scored 1 run off 4 hits. They also had 1 error. Did I have that final up there the whole game? It's now final. Huh. So with that game, the Warriors will improve to 19-6 on the season. The East Buchanan Buccaneers, that'll be their 2nd loss in a row. They fall to 10-5. Next game for the Warriors, they're going to have a doubleheader right here against Owine on Monday night. And we talked about this yesterday. There's still an outside chance the Warriors still could win this conference. They're going to need some help to do it. But the good news is Jessup is going to play a doubleheader against Sumner on Monday night, and that's who's ahead of them. And with Wapsie beating Jessup last night, they hold a tiebreaker over Jessup. So what we need to have happen is we need Jessup to sweep Sumner on Monday. If they were to do that, that would create potentially a three-way tie. So these games on Monday night for the Warriors are very important, not only for the conference, but for seeding as well. I mean, these are games that the Warriors are expected to win, to be quite frank. Oran has played good at times. I know we beat them 20-1 the last time we played them, but they've played some good teams pretty close, and they've won a few games as well. But great game here tonight. Briar Bellis finished 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Caden Dana finished 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. Jake Shore went 2 for 3, 1 RBI. Manny Hebner went 1 for 2. Trayton Sauerbrei 2 for 2, 3 RBIs, scored 3 runs, 2 walks. He had a perfect night tonight at the plate. And then Garrett Shannon, he went 2 for 3 tonight, got 2 hits. 2 runs, walked 1. So I'm gonna go down there and try to recruit somebody to come up for the post-game show. You guys stay tuned. I'm thinking maybe Trayton Sauerbrei, maybe a coach, because maybe we'll talk about some of the potential for next week and for district play. So stick with me. We'll be back here in just a moment. Welcome back to Wapsie Valley Field. We're here for the Access Systems postgame show. With me tonight is Colin Bergman, the assistant coach for the Wapsie Valley Warriors. You see him standing over at first base, doing some first base coaching. Coach Bergman, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a big win right there. That's a really good Class 1A team.
I heard you talking to the team about what that means for Wapsie. Tell the audience a little bit about that.
Yeah, with our schedule, the way it kind of works out, we play a lot of 2A, 3A type of schools. So when you get a chance to play a 1A team, those are the ones that really are impactful come district time.
Right.
Especially in terms of like hosting district finals, district semifinals, all those things.
Yep.
They look a lot of that 1A record and the teams that we beat, and now adding another one in the area that you beat really helps out our path that we're kind of paving for ourselves this year. And it's another opportunity against a really good team.
It is.
That we want to see. That's a district final team. They made a district final last year. Didn't lose a lot of guys from that team. That's a really quality opponent. Well coached. They were really good kids, and yeah, it's a big win. It was fun.
Yeah, and they're a young team. They only have one senior in their lineup.
Yeah.
And they had, I think, 2 or 3 eighth graders in their lineup. A lot of freshmen, I think a couple of juniors. So that Buccaneer team, they're going to be good for a while. And you're right, they're a quality opponent, Class 1A. They play in a very tough Tri-Rivers conference.
That conference is good.
They got Alburnett, Northland in that conference. I forget some of the other schools, but that's a very tough conference.
Yeah.
And they're currently sitting third, but only because they did lose last night. But they're right there. They may win that conference. I mean, that's how close they are.
They really could. Yeah, it's a good team, and they played MFL last night as well, and they battled hard against. Their schedule, they don't play as many games as we do, so it's a little tougher to look at some of those things. But, we faced their number 1, number 2 pitchers tonight, and it showed, the first inning we were a little rocky, but once we settle in, man, we were kind of off to the races. It was nice.
It was a pattern against both pitchers. The first inning against both, they completely shut out our hitters. The second inning, though, it's like our hitters kind of knew what to expect, and they just started hitting the ball really well, scoring some runs. And there wasn't a lot of errors made in that game. They only committed 1 error.
Yeah.
And we only committed 1 error. So it's not like they were giving us a bunch of runs. You know what I mean?
I know defensively tonight there was a couple things that we're going to work on just communication-wise. Make the simple play. We like to get ahead of ourselves, thinking we're going to, turn 2.
Right.
Make sure we get that one. That we'll shore up.
Right.
But, yeah, defensively I feel like we're in a good spot overall. Guys are really settling into their position. Even when we are moving around like crazy,
right.
Everybody's kind of got their mojo with our lineup.
Yep.
It's really starting to mesh well.
And Colin, one thing that I noticed about this the Warrior team as of late, the bottom of the lineup is starting to come through.
Yep.
I mean, Garrett Shannon. I mean, look at these numbers here. Garrett went 2 for 3 tonight. Trayton Sauerbrei 2 for 2, drew 2 walks. And when these two get on base, it just creates havoc for the top of the lineup. I mean, Briar Bellis had 4 RBIs tonight.
When you get that
that's because we've got guys getting on base at the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah.
So, I mean, talk a little bit about that, how big that's been.
Yeah, absolutely. Garrett Shannon coming off injury this week.
Yeah.
Came back. It would be a little bit slow, kind of getting the timing back with that. But I feel like his swing's at a really, really good spot. Even like the ones that he's missing, he's just missing. His swing looks good. He's got that fluid motion through. And same with Trayton. At the beginning of the year, I was not worried about his batting average whatsoever. I don't care if he started 0 for 12 or whatever
he did.
it was.
It was 0 for 12.
Shot in the dark. Look at that. But I knew he just has to see pitching. And right now, he's settled in. It's, again, beautiful thing about our schedule is we're going to play a lot of games. We're going to see a lot of different pitchers. We're going to see a lot of different arm angles, a lot of different pitches overall. And, Trayton's really starting to settle in at that 9-hole for us to really bring it back to Briar, Dana, Jake.
Yep. And they're the ones that really carried the game. It was Garrett Shannon, Trayton Sauerbrei, and then Dana and Bellis at the top of the order. And, Jake did his usual 2 for 3, but Tucker only went 1 for 4 tonight. Your typical middle-of-the-order hitters, that's not what won the game for us tonight.
Yeah.
It was the bottom of the order and the top of the order, which that has to be great to see different guys producing from different spots of the order.
Yeah, and just kind of reflecting on this whole week, that's kind of how it's been. Different nights, it was a different person stepping up. We had – Tucker hitting home runs early in the week, Jake hitting home runs, Jake having, 6 RBIs or whatever it was last night. And then tonight, Garrett and Trayton kind of carrying the offensive load. It's nice. Our lineup is really deep right now. And Trayton on the hill, man, he was pumping strikes, looked really good, controlling the mound, and shutting down their hitters, which was his at-bats look so uncomfortable. He makes the batter look so uncomfortable in the box.
Right.
With the pitches he's throwing, it's nice to have.
Right. I got to be honest. Coming into this week, when I seen Sumner on the schedule for a doubleheader, and then we had Dyke New Hartford on the schedule, and then we had Jessup on the schedule. East Buchanan I knew was pretty good coming in.
Yeah.
I looked at. I'm sitting here last weekend. And I'm wondering, okay, are we gonna? I mean, how's this week gonna look? And you know what? They guys came out. They split Sumner, and Sumner's a ranked 2A school.
They're really good.
Very good school. Very good team. And everybody's familiar with Jessup. I mean, that's just a good, solid team. And we almost 10-runned them last night. So that's an excellent win. Dyke New Hartford, I mean, we 10-run Dyke New Hartford. We 10-run these guys. Boy, that's got to make you and Tom just feel really good about where this team's at and going into next week where we still got O-line. I mean, those are two important games. They're conference games. I know everybody's going to think, oh, those are winnable. Yeah, they're winnable. But here's the thing with our team. Okay, we always dominate that first game. Second game, on the other hand, we've seen it.
Yeah,
it's been a struggle.
You don't know what's going to happen in game 2. But, yeah, we kind of talked about that. Me and Tom talked about it, kind of different game plan for game 2. Obviously, we're going to have a game plan for game 1. We're not, calling that a win already. But kind of going into the game plan more of game 2 to be ready right away. And with this week, this was really a test for our team. It was. Me and Tom talked about it, too, about how we're going to see what our team's made of by this week.
We did.
If you've listened to me at all this year, I'm playing for July, getting better every single week. We don't want to peak in May. Who cares about how good you are in May? Who cares how good you are in early June? We want to, and we're getting better this week. We had way better at bats. We're doing damage at the plate, and I feel like there's still some things to grow on. Obviously, we're not perfect with that, but I feel like we're at a really good spot, and we're starting to trend towards July.
Yep, you made an excellent point because these the bats are peaking right now. We're starting to 10-run opponents. We weren't doing that earlier in the year. We were struggling to beat the Turkey Valleys, the Clayton Ridges. And I don't mean to talk disrespect to those teams, but those are teams that we kind of expect to win and win by a lot, and we weren't. But now here lately, we're 10-running good teams. I mean –
good pitching.
With good pitchers. I mean, tonight we faced the Buccaneers' top 2 pitchers, and we still were able to 10-run them. So you're right. They're peaking at just the right time, and the whole order is the lineup 1 through 9 is starting to hit. Because early in the season, it was pretty much the 1 through 4, which was carrying us. And now we're starting to see Blake get hot, Hesse. Manny Hebner's getting hot. We got Garrett Shannon now after he took a couple weeks off from injury. He's heating up. Trayton Sauerbrei was for whatever, and now he's heating up. Yeah. So the team's really at a good spot, and good luck to next. We're going to have, we can't slack off. I mean, you look at the schedule and you think, okay, it's easier than this week, but you got Columbus next Wednesday. Columbus, I think, has beaten us the last couple of times we've played them.
Yeah, they're currently winning the Central pod, I think.
They are. We got another conference game at Union, and then we finish up the week at Alburnett, and we all remember that Alburnett game.
Saturday, too. We got 7 games next week.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget about Cascade and North Fayette Valley next Saturday. But that I'm looking forward to seeing that Alburnett game. We all remember that was last year. They were trying to make pickoff moves with our guys standing on the base.
Yeah.
And it was Fairbank days. We all wanted to go see the fireworks, and we couldn't because they kept throwing the ball trying to pick us off. So.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not as long as last year's game. I was going to say hopefully it's not the longest game of the year, but hopefully Hudson has that game. Hopefully that game's locked that up. But no, it's fun. We have a great opportunity again next week, and kind of like we told our guys in the post game a little bit. We're at a good spot, but that doesn't mean that we can rest on our morals. And it seems like a lot of times when teams talk about how good they are, then all of a sudden you get beat.
Right.
So we got to keep pushing forward. Still playing for July.
Yep.
Big 1A battle tonight that we were able to take, and then Alburnett looking towards the next week, a 2A school, another 2A tough kind of.
They're in the Tri-Rivers Conference as well, and I believe they're number 1 right now.
I think they're because I believe they beat somebody. I don't follow it too closely, but yeah, it's a good team. It's a good team, and starts with Monday. The most important one's the next one.
So we've got 3 more conference games coming up next week. That will determine whether or not we can still win the conference. Again, we need Jessup's help on that one if we have any hope in winning this conference. But we got to take care of those games in order to even have that chance. So we're going to wrap things up here at Wapsie Valley Field. Again, final score is 11-1 over the East Buchanan Buccaneers. Thank you, Coach Bergman, for joining me for the post-game show.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be back here Monday night. Both games are home games. First, it's a doubleheader, so the first game's going to start at 5 o'clock. There'll be no JV game. It'll be 5 o'clock and then 7 o'clock. We'll have the live stream as long as my technology cooperates with me. Sorry about the interruptions tonight. Miss some of the beginning of the first inning due to some technical difficulties. But, hey, we barreled through it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll be back here Monday night. Have a good evening. Have a great weekend.